Hello everyone, welcome to the video. So it's that time of year where Black Friday is approaching, and I do normally try and pick up some art supplies in the Black Friday sales because you can get some really good deals. But for the last 3 weeks, nearly 3 weeks, because I think it's the 18th of November today, I've seen Black Friday sales, which is strange because Black Friday is not until this Friday, so like 3 days time, 4 days time. Anyway, I resisted a lot of sales, but I put in an order with Jackson's Art Supplies, and yeah, so I thought I'd show you the bargains I've got. So I've mainly bought things that I would use anyway. So here's the parcel. So if I just get into it straight away, and I think we'll try and swatch what I've bought as well. Yeah, I nearly bought some stuff off of Cult Pens and kind of decided against it because I saw what they had at Jackson's and I was like, well, actually, I would prefer that stuff more. Okay, yeah. I've got a bit of a surprise there because basically one of the things I've bought, the listing had what is potentially an older tin. And the tins, that's not an older tin that's arrived. So let's have a look. It's these. So I've been getting some Caran stuff. And is that everything? Yes. Yeah, so it's not a huge amount of stuff, but I mean, it was by no means cheap even in the sale. But I only buy stuff when YouTube pays me. And if I've bought this much stuff, you know that YouTube's just paid me. So let's get into it. I bought some Swiss Colour aquarels. These are just watercolour pencils. And yeah, I thought they would be handy for different things. I mean, I have got quite a lot of aquarel pencils, but I don't have a whole set unless you include like the Inktense that I've got. And then I wanted to get these. So I've been using the Caran Neocolor 2s, which are the water soluble version. These are the Neocolor 1s. And I've heard a lot of people actually prefer these. I think it might just be user choice, but one of my favourite artists on YouTube, Blackbean CMS, he prefers these ones, and they were in the sale, and I thought, well, I'm going to give these a go. I've been using the Neocolor 2s for a couple of years. It's just that these aren't water soluble, and to be honest, I don't generally use the Neocolor 2s with water anyway, and they are more expensive, so we can see what these are like. And then this is just some Inktense blocks. I have a few of these already, but I never used them because they weren't a colour selection that I would use. Not on their own anyway. So I bought a few, very well packed. I bought a few colours in the sale to supplement them. So I've got more. I do have Inktense pencils. I know everyone's like, you've got the 100 cent and you don't use it. I will. One day I will. So two blue tones there. I love the way they've packed them. That's very, very cute. And I don't need to do that up. And then I have got like an ochre. I can't remember the names of the tones. And this is like a reddy, pinky colour. So I've got those. And yeah. Oh, they're Sennelier boxes. She's funny. So I think, shall we have a swatch? We'll get into them. I think I'm going to start with, I need water for these, so let's start with the Neocolor ones. And I'm going to get into these off of camera because I will probably fiddle for ages. Okay, so I've got that wrapper off. So they always come with like this sleeve, and you get a swatch card there. I'm not gonna use a swatch card because I tend to spend ages doing it, but I will at a later date. But you normally get, if you can see that there, like a swatch card in their sleeve, and then just like information on the product. I'm just going to put that to the back, but I'll do that another time. You'll probably see that in another video all filled out. So here they are. Now these are basically, if you don't know what these are, they are adult crayons. Oh, you got a sticker. Love a sticker. I love a sticker. Yeah, they're adult crayons. They They're super pigmented. They yeah, you can, and it's really good. You can sharpen them and stuff. The bonus of the Neocolor 2s is you can, if you sharpen them, you can keep your sharpenings, and then you can put them into like a watercolor palette and use them. So there's like not really any wastage. But another thing I like is the wrap art. I don't know if you can see the arrows. It's made so you can tear it off at certain points. But let's move some stuff so I can swatch these. I've got watercolor paper here. I'm going to swatch everything on here, but I've mainly got this because I've got water soluble products. But we'll start with these. So I expect they're going to be very smooth and buttery. They feel, I can say straight away, in comparison to the Neocolor 2s, they are quite buttery, but they're a lot firmer. That will be because they're not water soluble. They do feel very nice. I'll just get through swatching these very quickly, and then we can have a little try at blending them as well. Okay, so that's our colour selection. It's a really nice selection. I can't remember how many is in here. Is it 30? 30 Neocolors. That's a really pretty selection of colours. I'm not really sure how well they are. Let's get the light on them a bit more. How well they are showing up on camera. I can't really see the camera too well from where I'm sitting. But yeah, they're really nice. And what I like is the colours aren't too, in a set like this, sometimes you can get colours that are really similar and it's hard to kind of tell the difference at a glance. But they are very distinct colours, which is nice. I'll just do a little blends test with these to see how they blend. I think they might be more difficult to blend than the Neocolor 2s, just because of the nature of the product, but I still think they're going to blend decently. I'm not going to try and blend like colours that are really far apart from each other. I mean, let's give them a little bit of a challenge at least, but yeah. So let's just do a little blend test here, and then we can move on to the next products. I think they might benefit from something a bit smoother than this. This is hot press paper, so it is quite smooth for a watercolour paper. But maybe it just takes a bit more work. Using the blending technique I use for alcohol markers, or one of the blending techniques I use for alcohol markers, you can get a nice, I mean, I've not really worked that yet, and it's already all right gradient there. So just making another pass with the lighter one. I mean, they layer. Wasn't sure if they would layer. They do. So a little bit of work, not much. You can get a nice gradient between the two. So quite happy with that. They feel very nice. I'm excited to use these. Also, I was just thinking about it. If you would like to see a comparison between the Neocolor ones and Neocolor 2s, let me know in the comments below, because I'm more than happy to do that. I have about the same amount, if not more, I think, because I bought separates as well. I probably have about 35 to 40 Neocolor 2s. That I've bought in, like, they do smaller tins, and I bought those, they did like limited edition colorways, so I bought 3 or 4 of those. I've probably got more than I think, it might be 3. I'm rambling, but yeah, if you'd like to see a comparison between the non-water soluble, which is these, and the water soluble ones, let me know and I will do another video for that. So moving on, I'm just going to label this. So this is the Neocolor 2. No, it isn't Neocolor 1. Just tidy up a small amount. Love that sticker. Let's just put that to the back. We'll go with the Caran pencils. Now this stumped me. I did unwrap this when I unwrapped the other ones. It's a really nice tin. I really like just the Caran presentation is really nice. You get really beautiful sturdy tins. Even I bought in a previous video, you would have seen me use a really tiny pack of aquarelle pencils. It was a tester pack of these. It was 5 really small ones, and even that little box was really nice. Like you've got all sorts of details there about like they go into the point and the wood and whatever it says about the barrel. It's telling you about the length. So it's, you know, there's a lot of information on the tin, and yeah, it's a beautiful looking tin. However, I tried to open it like this and it's a left hand open. So that really stumped me. To be fair, it doesn't take much to stump me. But I will just pause. I need to go and get, I'm going to use a water brush, I think. I'm just going to get some water and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. So I'm going to swatch them all. And then I will come back and do a water test on them all. So let's get that done really quick. But to be fair, I need to label it first, I think. So this is the, what is it? Caran d'Ache. Swiss. Okay, I'm going to do this in a time lapse because it will take a while, and yeah, we can swatch them and then add the colour. Okay, so they're all swatched. We can go through and do a colour test now on them. So this is, you see that? It's bent. It's not great, is it? So just add water and see how they activate. This one's very pale. I mean, oh, it is. It's just quite pale. So there's that one. I didn't think it was activating properly. What? You can see much better with this yellow. Orange. Work lovely on hot press watercolour paper. Very nice. Okay, so maybe we should time lapse the rest. Okay, so that's them all done. One thing you probably notice is actually these were quite vibrant for watercolour pencils. Some I've used before, so the Inktense, which aren't technically watercolour, they're ink. But the Inktense pencils by Derwent are really dull on the paper, and when you activate them, they are so vibrant. Whereas these were pretty vibrant, I'll give them that. They were pretty vibrant on their own, but there was a slight muting to them, which I didn't really actually notice until I started activating other ones. So they do get a lot more vibrant with colour added for watercolour pencils. I think they're a really, really nice mix of colours. I thought there was 12, there's 18. I did even do the swatch on the white, and you probably can't see that. I can see it, but even for me, it's not obvious, but you know, it's white. I even did the white on this one, you can't even see it. But yeah, I'm really impressed with those. I like those. I do want to get more into sort of using water-soluble pencils. So yeah, very happy with those. I mean, I expected Caran. I mean, I have done a little test with them before, I will admit, but it was just a tiny little tester pack, and now I've got a full range of 18 colours there. They do come in bigger sets, but I've got the 18 there, so that's really good. Now onto the I was like, oh, these are Sennelier. They're not. It's just a Sennelier box. So I've got the Derwent Inktense blocks here. So I don't know. I think you can use them. Like a crayon. Let's have a look. I don't know, has anybody seen the big chunky ones? They are massive, and I nearly did buy some, but I stopped myself because I was like, well, if I don't use them, get the bigger ones if I do use them. So anyway, let's try this. So straight onto the page. Not for me. Feels like, oh god, it feels a bit like a pastel. Don't like that feeling, so I will not be using them like this. But look how vibrant that goes, which I knew it would really be very vibrant. So you can use them like that, and then if I put it away, you can basically use it as a paint pan. So this is the same one. Maybe I shouldn't do it on the colour, but never mind. I don't know what that is anymore. Oh, I actually prefer it in the way it looks on the page, straight off of the thing with the paintbrush. So that's quite nice. And then we've got this one. I mean, let's use the back so I don't lose what the colours are. Oh, excuse me, that's not a nice feel. If you've seen previous videos of me try to use pastels, you will know. Soft pastels. I'm alright with oil pastels. They're a bit mucky, but, you know, they're fine. So, yes, very similar colour, but I really like the blue tones. So, I nearly bought all blues, and I thought, well, I shouldn't really. I could have done. And then straight out off of the thing. Yeah, I think this is encouraging me to actually use the blocks at least. The pencils, I'm just overwhelmed. It's hundreds, and I won them, and Derwent sent me so many other things to go with them, and I'm really overwhelmed by it, and I need to get them out because I don't want to look ungrateful, because I won them. It's like my 40th birthday, and I won them, and I look at them a lot. I need to use them. I'm frightened of them. Sorry, Derwent. I just don't. Please consider working with me one day. Beg. I will use them. I need to get over my fear of them. If I start thinking something is really precious, I'm not going to use it. And I think because I won them, yeah. This is that one. And then, oh god, thank god I've only got 4 of these to swatch. Oh god, that feels horrible. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Very pretty. Ugh. So pigmented. But these are a good, really good example of what I was saying about them being very muted until you put water on them. So there we go. That's everything swatched. I'm very happy. I'm very happy with my sale items. I can't remember. I know these were £2.20 full price each, but I can't remember how much they were in the sale. They were like £1.80 or £1.90. I think these were £12, I think. And I can't remember how much these were or what they were reduced by. But I know I spent, if my husband's not listening, I spent £79. I did actually get a £20 deal from PayPal as well. So I bought them on PayPal credit, and being a new customer on PayPal credit, I got £20 and then I paid it off immediately. Bargains, right? But so I don't remember exactly what I paid for everything. But I will put a link anyway to Jackson's in the description below. Many of you have probably heard of them anyway, or if not used them. They're a really good art store. I use them a lot. There's a few stores I use quite a lot. Cult Pens, Jackson's, not to be confused with Jackman's art supplies, who I have also used a fair amount. I used to use a website called Graph City a lot. They're more like graffiti and stuff. I used to buy my Poscas from there. But yes, another really good art store, basically. Really recommend them. They do a loyalty scheme. I've got some loyalty points, so one day. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you've tried any of these supplies and what you think of them. I would be very interested, if people are interested, doing a video comparing the Neocolor 1s and 2s. So I'm happy to do that. And I would happily do a video comparing the Inktense blocks to the Inktense pencils, because I'm pretty sure I probably have these colours in the pencils as well. So it would be nice to do like a comparison of the pencils and the blocks. So yeah, that would be really good. So let me know as well below if that's something you'd be interested in seeing too. There was something else I was going to say and I completely forgot what that was. Yes, so the Inktense range, let's say, not the blocks or the pencils, the Inktense range can be used on multiple surfaces. I've only ever used it on paper, but you can use it on material and probably other surfaces as well. I'm sure other guys that use these can let you know in the comments what exactly these can be used in. I know a few people that use them a lot. But yeah, once they're dried and set in fabric, they're permanent, so you can dye fabric with them and do designs and all sorts. So I really must try that one day. But I'm done now. I'm going to stop rambling. I'm going to let you get on with your day. I need to get dressed. I'm off work still at the moment. I had my surgery the other day. I've been talking about in the last few videos. I needed to have my gallbladder taken out, and the bloody thing's gone. I am so bloody happy. YouTube don't demonetize me for swearing, but I am so happy I can now get back to making videos. And I'm still off work at the moment. I'm still in a lot of pain. My recovery is a lot slower than was anticipated, probably because I can't take anti-inflammatories, so the swelling's not going down. But everything else seems okay. It's just a slower process for me. But you know, I should be going back to work next week. I'm still aiming for that. But whether I make it or not, I'm not going to go, oh yeah, I'm definitely going back to work next week, because I'm not healing quickly. So, you know, it's probably not wise. But I don't know, I'm going to see how I feel at the weekend. But if I don't go back to work, I'm going to try and get myself like really far ahead with videos and, you know, not push it, because, you know, I've sat at the desk to do this and actually I'm uncomfortable. It shows I can't go back to work yet. And I've only been sat here for the video, and I got up halfway through and had to sit down, walk around, have a cup of tea. So the discomfort is real. it's not great. But my plan is, if I am going to be off work, I'm not going to, for longer than I thought, I'm not going to waste it, and I'm going to try and get like a few videos made, lined up, so I can at least have a weekly video out and not worry too much about, oh God, I haven't had a video this week, because they'll be queued up and ready to go. But if I do end up going back to work next week, I am still planning on weekly videos, hopefully, but I won't be that far ahead with them, and they'll be as and when. Anyway, this is either going out the day I'm filming it, which is Tuesday the 18th, or it'll go out tomorrow, which is Wednesday, depends on how quickly I can get it edited. Doesn't normally take me that long, but I've got a call from the doctors later, so yeah, that's going to take precedent. See what they say. And the next video, I'm not sure what it's going to be. I've got some ideas. I'm not sure. It's not going to be the comparison videos because that takes more planning. But I've got a couple of ideas that aren't too taxing that I'm going to try. So hopefully Saturday or Sunday for that. And then the next video after that is I'm expecting Scrawler Box next week. So regardless of my situation, that will get done as soon as I can do it. So I'll get that on, and then I'll probably go into like a weekly schedule again. I'm going to stop rambling now. Anyway, thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking with me recently. If you've been with me for a while, I know I've been all over the place with videos for a long time now, but I've been in pain for a long time, and you know, it's not been ideal. And I don't want sympathy. Don't get me wrong. Like, I just want to. This is why I've been so all over the place, and I'm going to rectify that now. I'm getting better. But thank you. Oh, I've had no one to talk to for like weeks. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.